Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are doing a port over of King's Quest V. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the series. They were a bunch of really fun point-and-click games on the PC. How it's going to transition over to a NES game with its very minimal button abilities is going to make this interesting. Let us go with no. Let us just do a whole fresh, never doing. But these have always been kind of fun, silly, having a lot of points of no return and where you wind up having to start the whole game over because you made one bad move halfway through the game. They're very unforgiving, very comedic, and awfully silly for the most part. So with that being said, let us see what King's Quest V is like, shall we? You gotta love the sprite work and the animation in this. Good stuff. What happened? It was a powerful and evil wizard Mandrake who did it. I just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice me. He caused a dark cloud to descend from the sky and to envelop the entire castle, and then, on command, the cloud to rise again, and as it did, took the castle. That's not what it looked like to me. It looked like he enveloped it in some sort of energy and made it just disappear. But hey, what do we know? We just were watching. Why would this wizard want my castle? What could he have against me and my family? And your family. Perhaps I can help you. My employer also happens to be a wizard, which is why I recognize Mandrake. Unlike Mandrake though, my employer is a very good wizard. His name is Crispinifer. But we all just call him Crispin for short. The only problem is that Crispin is getting on in years and tends to be a bit forgetful. Sherwood, Crispin is a very qualified wizard. Alright. It's like, excuse me for saying, Majesty, but you don't have a choice. You must come with me. Alright. Little pixie dust. Oh, just some leftover fairy dust. Been carrying around. It'll help you fly. That is another thing, is they take a lot of the fun, silly things and a lot of things, a lot of stories and books and everything, and mash it up into the game. Hence, Peter Pan here for a minute. He looks so goofy flying. I mean, he's kind of swimming, and his arms look completely disproportionate from everything else all of a sudden. Let's just bypass that. Alright. Left. Seems like sitting around like a wet dog. Society wizards have always taken to a dim view of Mandrake and his abuse of his power. He's been suspended. Now, why would Mandrake want to take my family's castle? What did we ever do to him? I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Never understood that evil mind of his. That's why I brought him here. Well, let me see now. I used to be a very powerful wizard, but now in time, you know, but I've gotten a little rusty. What I have too much use to you, most of my wizard stuff is pretty old and worn out, but let's see what I can find. Piece of magical white snake I had left over from last year. With it, you'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. Well, that's kind of nifty, like Grundy Gollum. Here's my old wand. I don't know if it works anymore, but if its power is gone, you should know that wands are like pets. Got to get to know you before they work for you. Just treat it with care. Anybody that doesn't know Grundy Gollum, it's a Piers Anthony novel from Xanth. Great series of books. Better get what you're doing, boy. No telling what could be compounded up to. Go on, you better get started and don't be wasting your time coming in here. I'm not going to be here for a little while. There's an emergency I have to attend to in a neighboring land. I'll try to keep an eye out for you, but this is something you and Cedric are gonna have to do. Do your best, King Graham, huh? I suggest we visit the town first. How about it, Your Majesty? Why does it look like he's wearing sunglasses? He's just too formal. I like if you just call me Graham. Delighted to, Graham. Anyway, I was talking about. Oh yes, the town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south, not too far. Alright, well let's go south. Watch out, a poisonous snake. Okay, so it is a point and click game, so now we figure out how to. Okay, so we got that. Alright. So talk. Let's see if we can talk to the snake. Snake looks at Graham with cold eyes, but doesn't answer. Alright. So we can grab it. We're not going to try to grab a snake. Okay, then it cancels. So we have three things. We have look, talk, and grab. Alright. I don't know what all the rest of those things are, but they apparently don't work. Let's go this way. Alright, we see a dude. It's definitely going to take some getting used to, that's for sure. It's going to be much harder to play a point and click game with a Nintendo controller. What is wrong? Why yes, as a matter of fact, I've always been searching everywhere for my fiancée. She's a beautiful princess. Alrighty then. Creamy skin, have you seen her? No. Witch in the Light Forest. Alright, we'll find a witch. Keep an eye out for looking for her. Okay, I would appreciate that. Well, I guess I better get back to looking for her. I'm not going to find her just sitting around. No, you are not. Alright, let's go. Enter at your own risk. Alright, what do we got here? So let's go to town first, like they said. We don't want to enter at our own risk right now. Let's go south. Are we already there? I'll wait for you out here. Alright, so we get to go inside. What do we got? And it looks so delicious, it's hard to decide what to buy. Everyone has that problem, but what a problem to have. Those custard pies look awfully good. Do we even have any money? What happens if we try to take one? Ah. Alright. Graham would love to buy a pie if he could. Oh, but he can't. Alright. So let's talk to the cat. Cat doesn't appear to like Graham, much less answer him. Fair enough. What a surprise. The cat's an asshole. Nothing new there. Alright, we got an inn. Let's go to the inn. Ain't got no more rooms. Hey boss, this guy looks kind of real troublemaker. Rub him out. We just got knocked up and... See, this is what I'm talking about. And then we're done. Since we didn't figure out something prior to this, and we just walked into the inn. Like, the inn of all things. Boom. We'll soon put you out of your misery. So then we restart the game. This is King's Quest. This is what I was talking about the crazy stuff that at some points you just, boom, that's the game over. Although I am slightly familiar with this one, I have played most of them on PC, and that one we actually have to save a mouse from a cat in order for the mouse to come through the hole and chew our bindings to let us out of there. But if you don't save the rat, you can't get through, you can't get past that. So it's stuff like that in this game, and it's littered throughout the game where they have these. So very interesting conversion over to NES. It runs fairly smooth. I mean, the controls are a little bit of a pain in the butt, obviously, but we are playing a PC clicking point game. So trying to convert that to 2 buttons and a controller and a 4-way is a little difficult. So yeah. We'll play it a little bit more. We'll see what we can get going on here. Okay, we won't go to the inn yet. And we will see if we can figure out anything else. Watch out for the bear. Watch out for those ants. Like, all the environment, it's almost like a much higher end version of like the Oregon Trail where everything is out to get you. But they did put a lot of work into everything in the game kind of doing something. So there's a lot to be said as far as quality of the game. Sierra used to make some really, really good PC games. And actually to do a decent port over of one of their games is pretty impressive. But it's going to be one of those long... Can I go in here at all? No? Alright, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, we'll talk to him some other time. Graham attempts to speak to the young gnome, but the boy doesn't be very shy and doesn't want to answer. Let's go talk to this one. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing here? Don't you know this is private property? Sorry to bother you. I was just noticing your son's marionette. Is it very interesting? Where'd you get it? It's grandson, not son, and I made it for him. Why do you care? On his artistry. It's very well done. I don't suppose it could be bought. If it could, the price would be very steep. I don't reckon you could afford it. Now leave me and my grandson. We got a tree playing a harp. Miss Willow. Why Why, of course I can. What did you expect? Well, I've never seen a talking tree before. What's wrong? Everything's wrong. Can't you tell? I'm not really a tree. I'm really a princess. You see, my fiance and I were walking through these woods when a nasty old witch came along. Instantly charmed by my handsome prince, where he naturally refused her advances, she jealously banished him to a faraway land, turned me into a tree, then she stole my heart. Yes, she turned my heart to gold and took it away with her. The only way I can become human again is to have my heart put back in this hole here. Now, all I have to do is cheer me up in my harp. It's quite magical, you know. Plays the sweetest music you've ever heard. Now, please leave me alone in sorrow. Well, now let's go talk to... Alright, so let's go talk to the dude here. We're getting a little somewhere. Alright, we know what he says. But we talked to her. I mean, it's not her, but it's obviously her. Alright, let's go down here and see if we can... Alright, well, he disappeared. Door was securely locked with a heavy padlock and can never be opened. Alright. Small stream of the large river powers an old water wheel as it flows through town. Quaint little town nestles at the base of a great snow-capped mountain. Alright. So nothing there so far. Game pause. Can we... Okay, so select... Okay, so select does this one. Music... Okay, so that's how we get to our wand. Alright, we can save. It's a hell of a password. Alrighty. Let's, please take them to this barn area in front of the barn. Okay, nothing. We'll watch out for the bear. Can we go this way? There's nothing but a hot, dry desert further west. Most people avoid it if they're smart. Okay, let's avoid that. Alright, what's this way then? Okay, this guy doesn't want to talk. Can we not go anywhere else? More desert. Well, let's see what happens when we go do some desert. We just gonna fall down dead? We're gonna die of thirst? Alright, let's go back. Just a desolate wasteland. Alright. Fortune teller doesn't want to talk to us. It will cost you 1 gold coin to see Madame Muska. Do we not have any gold coins to give? We give 0 coins. Oops. We can't do that. We can't do that. We bypass the ants. So pretty much everything is a puzzle. Everything is lethal. Oh, we're back out here at the enter to your own risk. So now we're going to risk it. Oh no, I'm not going in there. Can't you read the sign? Come on, there might be something important in here. Alright, well, let's see what's important. Let's see what's in here. Whoa, it's the witch! She turned us into a frog. It turned me into a newt. Well, I got better. Totally off guard. Restore. File. Restore. Okay, so you got a password. Restore. Whatever. So that is King's Quest V. I think it's going to be one of those very long trial and error. Figure out where you're supposed to go, figure out the puzzles, don't die a bunch, and go from there. I mean, honestly, it's a really good port. As far as everything goes, like, you couldn't ask for much better as far as a port goes way back for the NES in the 80s. So, quality-wise, good. Everything works how it should. It takes a minute to get used to how you function on everything, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not too bad. So all in all, it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend the entire King's Quest series for anyone that's interested in playing. As much as this is a good game, if you can, I would much rather recommend playing all of them on PC, more so than trying to play it on NES. But with that being said, wouldn't hurt anything to play it on here, guys. So with that being said, you have a great day. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you next time.